And I just have to say yes. Got it. There we go. Okay, hello everybody. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday today. Oh my goodness, and November. So quick reminder, this Sunday or Saturday night, you turn your clocks back. It is time for fall back. Time change.
Yeah, fall back, spring forward.
That's right. That's right. So get ready for an extra hour of sleep or just an extra hour in your day.
Well,
Okay.
after this exercise, we need 2 hours of sleep.
You might. That's right. And you get an extra hour. All right, gang, just make sure you have a clear space to exercise in, nothing to step on or trip over. Have your stretchy band close by if you've got one. As well as a weight. Now remember, it doesn't have to be a dumbbell. It can be a soup can, a water bottle, a bag of rice. It does not matter. Just something with a bit of resistance. And that's about it. Perfect. Maybe your oximeter and some water close by as well.
Oh, water, I
Let's
forgot.
get right into our breathing pattern. We're going to breathe in, fill up our belly, and then breathe out through pursed lips. Good. Breathe in, fill up the belly. Breathe out through pursed lips. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Continue that pattern, and we are going to start some figure eights with our arms. So we're continuing to breathe in and out through pursed lips. Good. So keep up that pattern. Get right into your breath. And remember, your breathing pattern might be different than mine. So I try not to count our breath pattern as often because most of you try to keep up to the count. And some of you may inhale for 2 seconds and exhale for 2 seconds. Some of you may inhale for 4 seconds and exhale for 6 seconds. It's all just a bit different. So you've got to go at whatever your breath capacity is. That is your pattern, okay? Now, as we're starting to make some figure eights, I'm also going to ask you to lift and lower your heels. So we're going to get those feet activated. Who has practiced their toe exercises since Tuesday's class? Here. Some of you, there we go. That's awesome. So keep lifting and lowering your heels. Push through those toes. Now continue the movement with your feet, but we're going to change what the arms are doing. So now the arms are reaching across your body. Now one arm is crossing the body at a time. Our heels are lifting and lowering. And we are maintaining our breathing pattern, right? So making sure we're exhaling through pursed lips. There we go. And then we're going to add to this pattern. We're going to reach across 1, 2, and open up. 1, 2, 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 open up. Good. There we go. Adding some coordination. Now the pattern with your arms. Please continue to do that. And we're just going to change what the legs are doing. So your arms keep going. And now our legs, we're stepping forward with 1 foot at a time. Good. So your foot steps forward, alternating feet, and you can kind of time it to your arm pattern. Oh boy, this gets fun. Excellent job, everybody. So across, and open. And our foot is stepping forward one at a time. Remember, this is your exercise class, so make sure you're going to your own pace. Watch your intensity. The goal today is for your exercises to be challenging but doable. Okay. All right, we're going to change the pattern with the arms now. So continue stepping forward 1 foot at a time. And now your arms are going to push forward and pull back. Push forward and pull back. Okay. There we go. Now maintain your breathing pattern. We're pulling the arms back and then pushing them forwards. 1 foot stepping at a time. And breathing. Exhaling through pursed lips. All right. Okay, we're going to change up the pattern now. Your feet are going to step to the side. So 1 foot stepping out to the side at a time. And remember, some of you are only going to do a couple and then you're going to just rest. Some of you are going to keep going the whole time. And everything in between, you've got to monitor your intensity today. You don't have to keep up with everybody. That's how we have a whole group of various fitness levels and health levels and energy levels today. That's going to change day to day, and that's okay. Good. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Well done, everybody. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you might need to shake it out. You might need to roll your shoulders back a couple times. All right. So now we've got our arms out in front of us. We're going to swing side to side. Okay, so we're going with control. Your body does not twist, just your arms move. There we go. So from this position, I'm going to ask that you lift 1 knee at a time. So remember, you can be seated or standing, just making sure you feel balanced. Yeah, moving those arms side to side. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. There we go. Keep breathing out through pursed lips, everybody. Move those arms. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good. So we're going to start increasing the intensity a little bit and get into some cardio intervals. Okay, we're going to start off a little bit slower, kind of work our way up. And we're going to work for a minute and then have 30 seconds of rest. In that 30 seconds, you may need to be in your recovery position. So hands or forearms over your thighs, chest and head up. You might need to maintain some light movement to help you regain your breath. You really got to just figure out what is best for you. All right. So our next movement is we're going to step our feet out, in. So pretend we're in a box. Step out of the box, step into the box, step out of the box, into the box, out of the box, into the box. And timer starts now. Okay, one way to make this more challenging is to get more limbs moving at a time. And what that looks like here is your arms swinging along with your moving legs to decrease the intensity or decrease the oxygen demand. You can keep your arms still and just your legs move. There is fewer limbs moving at a time. You're going to continue breathing out through pursed lips. Good. Step out of the box and into the box. We go for about 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so do a couple easier, lower intensity intervals, and we're going to slowly start to work our way up and start to challenge ourselves more and more. Okay, so don't push too hard in these cardio intervals yet. Just make sure it's challenging but doable. You're finding yourself really panting for air, might just decrease the challenge a little bit. Okay. And what we're going to do next is I'm going to get you to put your hands together. We're going to pretend to be stirring a giant pot. So we're stirring a pot. Some of you are quite the pot stirrers.
Different ways.
In different ways. Good. And then we're just going to step forward 1 foot at a time. So stir the pot and 1 foot at a time. There we go. Make sure we're breathing out through pursed lips the whole time. And we're going to change directions of that pot stirring. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Good work, everybody. And 3, 2, 1. Have a rest. Okay, good. So catch your breath. Maybe you need to be in that recovery position, which this helps open up your airways so you can catch your breath back quicker. Maybe you're lightly moving your arms or your feet. Okay, whatever feels best for you. And we've got one more kind of moderate intensity cardio interval, and then we're going to increase the challenge here. Okay, now the last one here is all I'm going to ask you to do is step 1 foot out to the side at a time. And we're going to bend and straighten our elbows. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So again, you're not pushing too hard here. Yes, you want your heart rate to increase a bit. You want your breathing you want to be breathing a little bit harder, but not too hard yet. So get right into that breathing pattern. Keep exhaling through pursed lips. Excellent job. Well done, team. You've got about 10 seconds left here, so continue to move as best you can. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Well done. This is where we catch our breath. You might need your recovery position. And what's going to happen next, how we're going to increase the intensity, is we're gonna move for a minute at a low intensity. And that low intensity, you remember, you have to figure out what is low intensity for you today. Maybe low intensity, if you're really struggling today, it's a rough day, is just catching your breath. Maybe it's just doing your breathing pattern, exhale, inhale, exhale. Maybe for you, it's continuing to step, low intensity. There's a whole spectrum. You need to figure out what is best for you today. And then we're going to increase the intensity for 30 seconds. Sound great? Yay! Okay. So our first movement, we're going to start with just the low intensity movement. You can go ahead and start that now. So again, some of you are going to be just in your recovery position. Some of you are going to be lifting and lowering your heels. And some of you are going to be stepping. All right, so you can go ahead, find your low intensity movement for today, whatever that looks like to you. The goal is just to continue moving for a minute. You do not want to feel out of breath because it is low intensity. It can feel a little bit tiring, but I do not want you out of breath. Good. So whatever that low intensity is to you. And again, we've got about 15 seconds left here, and then we're going to increase the intensity for 30 seconds, where the goal is to challenge your heart rate and your breathing. Do you want to be breathing harder in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, simple ways to increase the intensity, more limbs moving quicker or faster. Range of motion, so maybe lifting up the knees now instead of stepping forward. Those are all ways to increase the intensity. Find what is challenging but doable for you. Get yourself breathing harder. And we've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And once again, we come back to lower intensity where we won't change the movement. So we're going to repeat each movement twice. We're not going to do too many of these intervals. Only 20 or so. Maybe 5. So again, low intensity. That might look like just going into your recovery position. Maybe it's something as simple as moving your arms in circles slowly. Maybe it's lifting and lowering the heels. Maybe it is this casual, slower stepping. You gotta find what is your low intensity movement today. In 10 seconds, we're gonna bump back up the intensity. For 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 30 seconds here. Whatever is higher intensity for you today. I want your heart rate up. I want you breathing harder, but still able to breathe, take in a full breath, to not be gasping, to not be lightheaded. Those are all signs to stop. Breathe out through pursed lips, even if it's shorter panting. And rest. Good. So this low intensity movement now, I would like something side to side. So whether it's you're just tapping a foot out to the side and reaching across, maybe you are moving just the arms. Maybe you are just pushing your knees out and back in. Whatever that lower intensity looks like to you. Okay, so we've got about 15 seconds before we increase the intensity. And you know some ways to increase the intensity, but what we can do is start getting that. We will be able to get that arm up as we step out. So don't do it yet because the 30 seconds hasn't started. 3, 2, 1, and increase the intensity for 30 seconds. So maybe we're moving your feet quicker, maybe you're reaching up overhead. Good. Goal here is get your heart rate up, get yourself breathing harder. Seated or standing, looks good. Maybe you need both arms moving. More limbs moving equals more intense. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Does everyone kind of understand how to find lower intensity, higher intensity movement? Yeah, thumbs up for yeah, thumbs down for no. If move your hand side to side for I'm confused. I didn't notice any confused signals. Remember, tapping your nose has helped me. I'm trapped in this exercise class and can't get out. Good. So we get back into that slower, deeper breathing. Okay, we're going to increase the intensity in 3, 2, 1. Increase the intensity, maybe range of motion, maybe speed, limbs moving, more limbs moving, or combination of some or all of those things will increase the intensity. So whatever that looks like to you, go, go, go. Get your heart rate up, get yourself breathing harder. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slow. Good. So now I'm just gonna get you, I would like you creating an L pattern. So you're gonna step forward, side, forward, side, forward, side, forward, side. Okay. So your lower intensity. Remember, speed's a big one here. Reducing the speed will reduce the intensity. Good. Got about 15 seconds left in what we're going to do. But the goal is for increasing the intensity is to get your feet bouncing. So whether that kind of be 1 foot at a time, both feet, I just want you a little bit bouncy. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and bounce. Right, good. Get a little bit bouncy, even if it's just kind of bouncing the heels, or there's more bounce in the arms. Good, seated or standing. Get bouncy with it. 3, 2, 1. Slow it back down. This is our last one before we kind of change gears, do some more strength training for today. Okay, so we're creating that L shape with our feet. Stepping an L shape, I should say. Good. All right, getting in about 10 seconds, we're gonna get bouncy again. Think a little bit more kind of dancing movement, or springs. You got springs in your muscles. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So get bouncy. Maybe it's just 1 foot at a time. Maybe it's both feet, but I'm staying up tall so my back doesn't get sore. Right, maybe it's kind of stepping 1 foot at a time and bounce it before you switch. Good. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, I think we're gonna take a little bit longer of a rest here before we shift gears into our strength training. So now's a great time to grab a sip of water. Excellent. Any questions so far, gang? No? Wow. There we go. So this is all about catching your breath. Was everyone able to kind of get themselves breathing harder at the higher intensity and then bringing it back down in the lower intensity? Crickets. All I hear is crickets. All right. Well, okay, let's change gears. Starting with your weight. If you are using one, okay. So if you're using a weight, go ahead and grab it. One in both hands, or one in one hand if you need some balance support for what we're doing next. Because what we are going to do next is we are going to stand. So just hold on. We're going to stand nice and slow. And then from here, we're going to take a side step. 1, 2, back, 2, and then sit. Okay. I might need to flip over a little bit. Good. And then we're going to alternate which side we step out to. So we're going to stand, step, 2, back, 2, and sit. Good. So what 2 things that you got to be really cautious of is 1, tighten your core when you're standing and stepping. When you're holding a weight, it's going to give you more stability. And you also really need to be in control as you go to sit down, because you might lose track of where your chair is. So try to find a reference point. Is your chair lined up to the center of your whatever you're using as your Zoom screen today? Is it off center, right? Find, you know what I mean? You don't want to be off center and go to sit and half your bum cheek is off the chair and you weren't in control of the down. So we stand, you step, and I kind of use the center of my screen. I've got to get myself centered with my computer screen and then sit back down with control. I can stop at any moment. Do it up, step out the other way, step back, sit with control, making sure my bum, oh, good, we're in the seat. Good, and up, side step, back, and sit, and stand, side step, 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 back, and sit, and stand, side step, back, and sit. 2 more, once per side, up, side step, back, and sit. I was a little off center there, up, last one, side step, and sit. Good. Put the weight to the side. Okay, well done. So what we're going to do next is you're going to use your stretchy band. And we're going to put the stretchy band underneath your feet. Good. So If you have a shorter stretchy band, you actually want to be sitting on it. So put it underneath your bum rather than your feet, okay? So you determine, well, maybe you want to watch the movement first before you determine where's the best spot for it. Because we are going to go overhead. And overhead just as far as you can. So what's going to happen is my palms face each other. Elbows are tucked in. And we're going to press up. I'm going to make sure that the band, my hands aren't way out in front of me. I'm going to keep them tucked in and kind of press almost a little bit behind my body. And you don't have to look up, but if you notice, my hands are still above my head. Okay, so go to where you can and then back down. 2, 3. We are pressing up. Those hands kind of go almost a little bit behind me so I can make sure they're staying stacked. I don't want them out here. The moment your arms are out here, this is a lot of strain on your poor shoulders. Keep your hands directly stacked above. Even if they don't fully straighten, that's okay. You are still doing some great work here. So up and then down 2, 3 and up, down 2, 3. It's helpful to breathe out as we go up, down 2, 3, exhale and 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 up, down 2, 3, 2 more, exhale and up, down 2, 3, and last one, exhale, up, down 2, 3. Good. Okay, now from here, we're going to do our bicep curls. You might need to shorten up the band, right? And so from here, our bicep curls is bending the elbow. So we start with palms facing the outsides of your thighs. They turn to face forwards, and then we pull up and then back down. Okay. Depending on the band, I don't want you to feel like you're straining. You might need to do just one arm at a time. Okay. So it's up and down, and then up and down. So we're going to do 10 slower. So up and down, 2, 3. That's 3. Up and down, 2, 3. That's 4. Up and down, 2, 3. That's 5. Up, down, 2, 3. Up, 6. Down, 2, 3. Up is 7. Down, 2, 3. Up is 8. Down, 2, 3. Up is 9. Down, 2, 3. Up is 10. Down, 2, 3. And now we're going to go 10 seconds doing as many as you can with control. So we're not going to go so fast that we're completely out of control. I want you in control, doing as many as you can. Ready and go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Well done, everybody. Okay. How's everybody feel? Good. I think I got 2 thumbs up.
Tired.
You're feeling fine. Brilliant. Love it. It's good to hear. All right, gang. From there, we're gonna do just a balance exercise. And if you are not comfortable standing up, that's okay. What I'll get you to do, if you're staying seated, is to have one leg up, move it out to the side just a little ways, slowly and in control. And then you can alternate, and your goal is to keep the rest of your body completely still. Now, if you're standing, really good idea to be in behind your chair or beside it, so you've got some balance support. And we're just going to stand on one leg, and your other leg, the stance leg, the knee is slightly bent. Okay, so bend this knee, and then your other leg is going to swing out to the side and come back in. We're just going to do 10 per side, or 5 and 5 twice if you cannot stand on one leg for 10 repetitions. Ready, and to the side. 1, 2, make sure you hold on to some balance support as needed or have it within arm's reach. 3, 4, 5, some of you may need to switch. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and switch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, might need to switch. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Rest there. You might just shake the hips out a little bit. Okay. And then we are going to sit back down. We're going to have a minute's rest to regain our energy. Good time for a sip of water. Breath work, get into your breathing pattern. Maybe a light bit of movement. And then we'll do another set. Actually, I'm going to take this quick moment because I've noticed a couple things have popped up in the chat. Okay. Cynthia had to leave. Hope she has a wonderful day. All right, good. Any questions at this point? Bye, Cynthia. She's still there. Okay. Any questions, gang? No? Brilliant. Are you having fun? Yeah, good. Excellent. Okay. Well, we are going to repeat all of those super fun exercises. Okay. The first one we did was our sit to stand. So from here, we're going to stand up. So we're going to step to the side. We're going to step back. And then with control to make sure our seat is still where we think it is. Down, yep, feel the seat so I can sit back down. Good. And up. Side step, and sit. Good. And up. Side step, sit. Well done. Remember, it is helpful to breathe out as you stand up. Good. Well done, everybody. Up, side step, sit. Good. And up. Brilliant. That's it. Up and side step, and sit. Good. Well done, everybody. So remember, you're going at your own pace, and you are doing what you can. Maybe you can only do a couple and then you need to stop and rest, or do the seated version. That is a-okay. Good. There we go. Got 2 more here. 1 per side. That's it. And 1 last one. Up, side step, down with control. Brilliant. There we go. Well done, team. Remember what the second one was? We had our band. It was either underneath your feet or underneath your bum. All right, and then we were just gonna press it up overhead as much as you can. Remember, if the palms stay facing you the whole time, and up. Oh. One thing with these cloth bands, sometimes they get stuck. Okay, so we're going up and down, 2, 3. Remember to keep your hands directly stacked over your shoulders, not out in front of you, because boy, is that going to be sore and painful. Ready? And up and down, 2, 3. And up, down, 2, 3. And up, down, 2, 3. 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 Up, and down, 2, 3. Up. That was your last one. Come down with control. Good. So right from there, we did some bicep curls. You might need to shorten up your band a little bit. This is where we did 10 with control. So that up and then down, 2, 3. Good. Up and down, 2, 3. Good. Shorten the band a little bit. You need up and down, 2, 3. Up, down, 2, 3. And up, down, 2, 3. Good. And up, down, 2, 3. I think that's 6. 6 or 7. We might do a bonus one today. And up, down, 2, 3. We're going to do 2 more. Up, down, 2, 3. And up, down, 2, 3. And now we're going to do as many as we can in 10 seconds. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest.
I don't think you should call it a bonus one. You should call it a penalty one.
No, it's bonus. It's all the mindset, Barry. It's all the mindset. If you think you're being penalized, then it feels worse. But if you think, boy, I'm getting an extra one in, let's go, that feels a lot better. Your last exercise in this sequence was balancing, or if you're seated, you slowly move that leg out to the side without letting anything else move. Or we are standing up on one leg. That leg is slightly bent. You're either doing 10 and 10 or 5 and 5 twice Ready, out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Okay. We're sitting back down. And I would like you to sit at the edge of your seat. Have your hands where it is most comfortable for you. And I'm just going to get you to lean back slowly, just to the point where you feel your abs, your abdominal muscles tighten, and then you're going to slowly come back up. And what's key is we're leaning back through the hips, not the lower back. Okay, so we lean back, hold, and then come back forward. Okay, so it's a nice slow, almost like a nice rocking movement, done excruciatingly slowly, and your core muscles should get a bit tired. Okay, think about all the movement coming through, the pull coming through your belly button. Think about your belly button pulling you back up. Good. Well done, team. Looking awesome. Back and forward. Back and forward. Good. So we are going to do 5 more here. So it's back and hold. That's 5. Back and hold. 4. Back and hold. 3. Back and hold. 2. And back and hold. 1. Perfect. Well done, gang. Okay, so we're going to work our way into some stretches now, which is super, super fun. The first one we're going to do is I'm just going to ask you to turn, and you can move this arm across your body. You can use this hand to hold your chair, but just really gentle. We're just going to turn. Maintain our breathing. And hold that slight rotation. And we're going to slowly turn the other way. So hand comes across, turn and face the other way, and maintain your breathing. Okay, relax there, team. We're going to lift up that elbow. You can either press it here, wrap it around, whatever feels best for you. And remember, stretch time's the perfect time to ask questions, to socialize, really feel and grow the community aspect of this class.
Do you have any lessons that teach coordination?
All the classes that I run often include some coordination exercises for sure.
I cannot get everything working at the right time.
Yeah, the goal is just to slow down and kind of break it down, switch arms. So rather than getting, both arms and both feet working at the same time, start one-sided. Start with just your arms and the pattern,
Yeah.
and then slowly.
I'm better
start to
as long as I
incorporate
don't
the legs.
watch you.
That's yes, because mirroring is watching a movement and repeating it. Does make it way harder.
It does.
Yeah, it sure does. So good job recognizing that. And
Oh my goodness.
okay, we're gonna rest there. You're gonna grab underneath your chair and gently tilt your head away. If you've got osteoporosis in your spine, I'm just gonna ask you to put your hand up so your head doesn't go too far. Because those of you with osteoporosis in your spine, that extreme movement at the neck can be not good for you. So the goal is just to be in control of your body. Do you have any other questions, team? Switch. So switch sides.
What can I do to help keep my legs from swelling on a plane?
Yeah, two key things there. One, compression socks are awesome.
Yeah.
And two, it's so important. Stay hydrated. And then it's so important to keep moving, especially for reducing any risk of blood clotting as well.
Yeah.
As well as the swelling. So we practice this at the beginning of class all the time. Just lifting and lowering your heels.
Okay.
Is a really easy one. So it's pumping out working your calves, right? The back, those lower back of the legs, get those moving. And then to the best of your ability, kind of just lifting your knee and kicking your leg out.
Okay.
And the side to side.
No space in a plane.
You can move your legs in and out, your knees like this. Whether it's just this,
Okay.
right, with your shoulders. But the lifting and lowering the heels is great. But I mean, like, do that for a minute every 30 minutes.
Okay.
People always think like, oh, I moved around this one time in my 4 or 5 hour flight. That's not good enough. Every kind of 30 minutes, you want to get some movement going.
Okay. Thank you.
That'll really help. Some of it is the altitude. Stretch out your leg, reach towards your toes, everybody. So that increase in swelling, and some of it is if you go to a warmer climate. Our body, you get a little bit more swelling in the lower legs.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. That's a fantastic question. Anyone else?
Jill, my belly fat gets in the way when I'm lifting my legs with the exercise. What's the best way to work on the belly fat besides diet?
That making sure you're well hydrated. Sleep is super important. So making sure you're regularly getting enough sleep.
Really?
Yep. Yep. Not getting enough sleep regularly increases your inflammation. Switch legs. Kind of puts your body into what I call storage mode. Same
Oh.
with stress. So stress and lack of sleep will contribute to that and contribute to your body hanging on to the fat, because it kind of, think of it as getting into survival modes. Your body's trying to take care of itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And then just continuing exercise is important as well. And if you find the same thing with some of you struggle anyway, just with your hips, they get really tired and sore doing all the knee lifting. The best way is if you've got a pillow, pillows are squishy. If you've got something a bit more firm, like sitting on 2 towels, and it just kind of elevates you. So rather than lifting beyond 90 degrees, which is really tough, you're a bit elevated. So now you get to lift to 90. If I show you standing, what I mean, when you sit, your hip is at 90 degrees and you're trying to lift it beyond that. That's tough. So you get yourself more elevated, so then your knee doesn't have to lift as high. Yeah. So you'll be able to do more work without anything getting in the way. And without your hips kind of cramping up, they tend to get really sore, really tired. That's a good way to counteract that. Okay. We can prop the foot up on the shin or up onto your thigh. That's an excellent question.
So now I have a question. Are these stretchy bands color coded as far as the weakness and the strength of them?
Yeah, they are. And the most frustrating thing is that most companies have their own color coordination system.
Oh, okay.
Which is just fantastic. So the best thing to do is to look for, rather than the color and going to buy a specific color, switch legs, by the way. The best thing to do is to look for the level. So a lot of those bands will tell you very light, medium, heavy, very heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, and so your lighter bands are good for your more isolated movements, like your bicep curls. The heavier bands are better for the bigger movements, like your chest press. So it is good to have more than one band, but if you've got just the one, it's best to kind of get a medium.
Okay.
And when you go to get a band, if you go somewhere to buy it, just try it out right there in the store. Unless it's packaged up, that's not as fun. But a lot of more fitness orientated places will let you just kind of stretch the band out. You'll be able to feel, oh, I have to really strain to pull that apart. That's going to be really tough. Versus like, oh, I can open that up, and it's challenging but doable. Okay.
Thank you, Jill.
Drop the leg back behind you. Yeah, but that part drives me crazy because it's, yeah, everybody wants their own color system. Any last questions for today? Some of us have to leave right away. Have a wonderful day.
Are you still coaching soccer?
Yep, switch legs. Yeah, our game season, it's our kind of pre-season, mini season is almost done. And then we'll start back up again in February. End of February, early March.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. We're getting into some gritty games, so they're learning to be gritty and to stay in the game no matter what happens.
Yeah,
that's an important skill for when the games matter. In the spring, they'll matter a lot. All right, so we are after two, lots of us I'm seeing are having to leave. I'm just invite you to take a deep breath. And then slowly let it out. Roll your shoulders back. Thank you for showing up today. It was wonderful to see you.
Have a
Thank you,
good weekend.
You know.